Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Toy Addict 26, and today I'm going to be doing this review of the Marvel Thunderbolts box set. This is a Marvel Legends box set. This was exclusive to Comic-Con, only sold at the Hasbro Toy Shop booth at Comic-Con, and was available for a limited time, of course, on Hasbro Toy Shop, but it's very, very difficult to get these Comic-Con exclusives from Hasbro on their website. Those things sell out in practically minutes. Anyway, I know it's a little bit, it's been some time since the show passed, but I've been working on some other stuff. Wanted to share with you guys my excitement about the Black Series and everything, which is also a Hasbro product. But Marvel Legends, let's go back to Marvel Legends. Here we have this awesome package. This thing is huge, and this is the Thunderbolts headquarters. Basically what they did is they made the packaging resemble the Thunderbolts headquarters, the tower, which is really cool, and it's a tower of a box. Here for comparison, we could see the Marvel Legends Ultimate Captain America figure, and you can see the difference in size. It's just amazing. The packaging is really nice. The front, you got the Thunderbolts symbol embossed in gold. On the side, you have illustrations of all the team members from the Thunderbolts team. And the back features nice illustration of the team in action. So let's go ahead and open this puppy up and look at the details. The packaging is held shut by a placement of Velcro tabs at both corners on the top and bottom, which keeps the box nice and shut. Once you open it, you have another illustration of the Thunderbolts here, and here you got the huge window display where you can see all the figures that are packaged inside. So a really cool box set, and of course here you got the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con logo, and it's a silver foil sticker indicating that this is a Comic-Con exclusive. So let's not waste any more time, and let's open this puppy up and take a look at these awesome Marvel Legends figures. Alright, so let's get started with one of the most unique figures in this assortment, the Ghost figure. This figure, again, is my personal favorite from the set. He's the most unique character. I'm not really a big comic book reader. I mean, I love my Marvel, but I really haven't been reading up on a lot of recent comic books, so I don't know a lot of information about this character. But he kind of reminds me of Abe Sapien from Hellboy. Of course, this is more of a superhero type character, but the design overall is really cool. I mean, he's got this vest here. As you can see, pretty much the vest is made, it's painted in gray, but it's also semi-translucent. He has a symbol here at the shoulder. The head is really cool because it's very simple. You got the two little dots there that almost look like they're lit up for the eyes. And this particular figure has an interchangeable head. The articulation is good, but because of the fact that this figure is made, I guess, molded in translucent plastic, there are some limitations. The arm in particular, you'll notice here, it's kind of limited as far as the range when it comes to the shoulder hinge. So this is basically the only kind of movement that you can get from the shoulder hinge. And you've got double hinged elbows there. But again, you don't get a lot of play. That's just about as far as it goes. You've got swivel at the forearms. He has the ab crunch hinge. He has a hinge at the head as well as a ball socket, so a lot of range of movement there. He twists at the waist, which is great. He has the ball hinge joints, and he can also swivel the thigh, but you got to hold the ball joint in place. Then he has double knees. He doesn't have swivel boots. And then he has this joint, which quite honestly, I don't really know why it's there, because it doesn't move. There's basically no range of movement. I mean, if you notice, you can't do this because it'll basically pop out of place. So there's really nothing you can do here with a foot. It's just kind of there. I guess you could get a little bit of a rocker kind of thing. But if you notice, it's really odd because this hinge, the peg goes into the foot at the front here. So I don't know if maybe, let's try this. Hope it doesn't break. Oh look, there you go. It does work. Okay, so I take that back. It's just kind of tricky. It was kind of stiff, stuck in there. But yeah, he has a hinge and like a full ball joint at the ankles, which is something I haven't seen in Marvel Legends figures before. So really cool. Overall, you got a nice beefy amount of articulation. The details are amazing. And like I mentioned, he comes with an alternate head. Let's check out that head. This is the head, the alternate head. I think what it is like these figures have, like, the other head has a different expression, because in this particular head he looks more like calm. Here he kind of looks like he's alert. Notice this circular thing here in the middle of the forehead, and then on the side it's very different from this head. So again, don't have a lot of information, not sure about Thunderbolts, but a really cool character. I might want to read up on him, at least Wikipedia him, find out more details about this guy, because he's really cool. Also to note, you'll see that the little, like the face mask, the actual plugs on the face mask are different. So that's pretty much it. That's Ghost. Really cool figure. Next up, we got the awesome Crossbones figure, which is one of the more sought after characters from this Thunderbolts box set. This is an updated version of Crossbones. For those of you who collect Marvel Legends, probably know there was a Crossbones figure that came out a couple years back. Very sought after figure, very nice and detailed. The new thing about this Crossbone is that he has this new vest with the Crossbones spray painted on the chest. He has the Thunderbolts logo here at the top here on one shoulder, and he has this sheath attached to the vest where he's holding a knife. Of course, the knife is not removable. This is a permanent sculpt. Overall, the figure uses very minimal colors. You just got the skin tones on the arms, which barely has, actually has no dry brushing or shading whatsoever. The head is pretty much the same head that was featured on the previous Crossbones figure. The same body as well. He's got these huge Popeye forearms. For some reason on this figure, the forearms don't look as strange as they did with the other one. But overall, the figure looks fantastic. It's pretty much one of the better ones in the collection. And of course, because of the minimal paint applications, there's not a lot of paint application flaws visible. Articulation is really good. We've got ball socket and hinge shoulders, real nice and tight joints, swivel at the bicep, hinge at the elbows, swivel at the forearms, and he has a swivel at the waist, as well as a semi-ball at the mid-torso. The head is on a ball socket with a hinge. The legs, you've got the hinge and ball socket at the crotch area. You've got double hinged knees. You've got hinged ankles, and you've got a hinged boot tip as well. So this is one of the more heavily articulated figures. Overall, it looks like a great piece. It's a real nice piece. And like I have to say, from the entire set, this is probably the grail of the collection. Crossbones does include this huge Gatling machine gun, which is basically a redeco, repaint, and reuse of the Gatling machine gun that came with the G.I. Joe Sigma 6 heavy duty figure. So for those of you who are G.I. Joe collectors, you probably recognize this weapon. I mean, it's a clever thing for Hasbro to reuse something from a previous line. It's in-house. Sort of like how Mattel recently did the Dark Knight Batman using Masters of the Universe Classics buck body. Even though they denied it up and down, we all know the truth. It was actually a Masters of the Universe Classics body. So, you know, I think it's a pretty clever reuse of this weapon for this Crossbones figure. It has a really cool working feature where you could basically wind it up here, and when you press on this button, you know, the actual Gatling gun rotates. So that's a really cool added play feature that you don't see a lot of play features in Marvel Legends figures. But the detail's very minimal, you know, and one thing I gotta say is it's really hard for him to hold this weapon. I mean, you could basically put this the handle here at this hand, but it's really, I mean, there's really nothing else on the weapon where you can have his other hand holding. I mean, the only thing I was able to figure out was this little peg here, trying to kind of like put his hand in there, but it doesn't really stay in place. As you can see, it slides right out. So I guess when you display the figure, you're gonna have to have the gun leaning on the tip of the gun, leaning on the ground to kind of prop up the figure and keep the gun in his hands. Overall, and that about wraps it up for part 1 of the Thunderbolts Comic-Con box set review. Please stay tuned for part 2 of my review, where I'll be covering the rest of the figures in this awesome box set. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.